Hello my night wolves and welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna go get a tattoo, my very first ever tattoo, and I'm so excited for it. And I have a reason for why I'm getting a tattoo, but I'm not gonna tell you guys right now. I will at the very end of this. But yeah, today I'm gonna go get a tattoo and I'm so excited for it. I've been wanting a tattoo since I was 18, since I was 18. I've been wanting a tattoo, but saving up money is not easy, but I finally did it, so I'm gonna go get a tattoo. I'm gonna go get my first tattoo, and so I'm so excited. It's like that. I will probably show you guys a clip of me getting the tattoo, and then I'll be back to tell you guys why I got the tattoo and tell you why I got it and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited. So I'll see you guys in a few. As you guys saw in the beginning, I said that I was going to get a tattoo, and I did. And you saw some pictures, obviously. I said that I was going to get like a clip of the guy doing my tattoo. I ended up not getting the clip in the end because it hurt. I knew that tattoos hurt before I went into it, and the thing is, I thought a lot and really hard about the tattoos that I want to get. I've been wanting to get a tattoo since I was 18, but never had the money to go and get a tattoo. Finally, I did save up enough money and went and got a tattoo. So I've been wanting one since I was 18, but every time I turn around, something always got in my way and it stopped me from getting a tattoo. But this time, I didn't let anything stop me from getting a tattoo. The day that I recorded that, it was the day that I was supposed to go to get a tattoo, which was Monday morning. I woke up and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that I wanted pre-recorded this part before I went and got my tattoo. So I said I was gonna go get my tattoo, and then I couldn't get the tattoo that day, Monday. I had to get it Tuesday, which is fine. So I recorded that, and then Tuesday I went and got my tattoo, and this tattoo means a lot to me. It is this. You saw pictures of it, but yeah. So I wanted to get this tattoo because it means a lot to me. Because it means a person fighting depression. It's either if you want to, like, people get it if they want to support people who have depression, or if you had depression and you fought it and you won, kind of thing. And so it's for people who had or have depression, and I have been fighting depression since a very young age. When I was 13 years old, I was put into the hospital and I could not walk. I told you guys a story, I think twice now. But yeah, when I was 13 years old, I ended up in the hospital with transverse myelitis. I was not able to walk, not sure if I was going to be able to walk. So in going through all that, I ended up getting very depressed, and I hid it from my family. I really did. When I was around everyone, I pretended to be happy, but deep down inside, I was numb. I was so numb, and some days I just felt like there was no reason to be here. And I don't know, like, having my family there supporting me and being there for me helped me a lot. And I remember one day, my mom, she was out grocery shopping or something. My big brother was watching me and my little sister, and me and him got into an argument. And me and my brother, we don't really argue very much, but I don't know, I was going through a mood And me and him, I gave him an attitude, and he told me to stop giving him an attitude. Then we got into like this huge, heated argument, and I don't know, it was so crazy. I don't remember the full fight, but I remember my brother was holding me down on my bed because we were like legitly like going at each other. We were just screaming at each other, and he was holding me down, and he's telling me to stop. And then I screamed at him, "I want to fucking die!" And I think he was taken aback by it because he was like, and then he's like, "No, you don't! You don't want to fucking die! Don't say that!" And he was like, legitly was like all in my face, screaming to never say that again. And and I was like, in that moment, I'm like, my family cares about me. Obviously, I knew that. I knew my family cared about me. But my brother saying that and getting so mad at the fact that I said that I wanted to die, but like it helped open my eyes and like realize like I can't think that way and stuff like that. But still, I suffered depression alone. I don't know why I never told anyone that I was depressed. I just kept it to myself. I think my mom knew, because I was always outgoing, always going out and doing stuff. But when everything happened and I ended up coming home, I ended up not doing anything at all. I was always in the house. So I shut myself in my room, and I was in there day in and day out doing absolutely nothing. I had a TV in there. My parents gave me a TV, me and my sister, because I had my sister staying with me. And I was in my room all the time watching TV, and I just didn't want to be around anyone. And when I was around everyone, I pretended to be happy and like everything was okay, but I felt numb and like just felt numb. I don't know how else to really explain it. And then when I moved out on my parents' house, I had depression, but not that bad. It was a lot better. And so I finally moved out on my own, and I thought everything was going to be great, and it was a fresh new start for me, and everything will be wonderful. And then I ended up being stuck in this place for 2 to 3 years. I was stuck in this place with no way out. I was alone constantly, day in, day out. I was alone, and my depression came back harder than ever. It felt like I had been thrown into water and somebody had put a chain around my ankle and it was weighing me down and I was suffocating. But I could breathe. That's the only way I can describe it. It was a lot worse than I was when I was living with my parents. When I had people there constantly, so I had like that energy and so like that. But then when I came here and started living alone, I didn't have energy of people being there, supporting me, loving me, and stuff like that. But I had like support and love and still, but it wasn't like it like when I was at my house with my parents. I wasn't like with my parents and my sisters and siblings and stuff like that. So it was a lot different. When I was here for 2 to 3 years alone, my depression hit and it hit hard. The only way I can describe it is that somebody wrapped something around my ankle and pushed me into the water, and I just sunk right down to the bottom of the lake, and the pitch black bottom of the lake, and I was just surrounded by complete darkness, and the depression was so bad. I remember so many days I laid in bed crying my eyes out, wondering why I was here, why no one reached out to me and asked me, "Hey, how you doing? Are you okay?" or anything like that. It was horrible. I had my best friend, I text her daily, and I was like telling her how I was feeling and how I felt like no one cared about me and no one loved me and all this stuff like that. And she's like, "Alicia, people do love you and we're here for you," and all this like that. But she didn't know like what the loneliness was doing to me. But having her also text me like, we're here for you and stuff like that, it kind of like brought me back to where I was like on kind of like solid ground, kind of. But it wouldn't take long for that solid ground to give way, and I felt like I was sinking and drowning once again. One time it got so bad, I don't remember what happened the day, but I remember I was out and about with, I think, my mom, and she dropped me off at my house, and I shut the door, locked it. But I remember walking into my room and I collapsed onto the ground. I couldn't physically move, like, I don't know, like my whole body just pretty much shut down, and I collapsed onto the ground in my, and like right through my door. I like walked straight through my door. I was like maybe 5 feet away from my bed, but I couldn't even make it to my bed. I just collapsed and I just cried and cried. I sat there and I cried so hard, and I hadn't cried that hard in like so long around that time. And I don't know, like I just felt my chest tighten up, and I cried, and I felt like it was like I was on a ledge. Say that there was a ball or something at the end of the chain, and the ball had rolled off the edge, and then I sunk even lower to a darker, deeper, and to the point where I legitimately started to think of taking my own life. So I fell off another cliff and drowned even deeper, to the point where I legitimately was going to go into my bathroom because I have some medicine that I have to take because it's part of my disability. Different variety of medicine that the doctor has prescribed to me, and all of it is in my bathroom. And I legitimately was sitting there thinking, I have these pills in my bathroom. Sorry if any of this is triggering, but I thought, I can go into the bathroom, I can end this, I can take a whole handful of medicine and just it'll be done. And I legitimately thought that, and that scared me a lot. And when I thought that, that's what snapped me out of it. And I'm like, no, if I do that, my mom is gonna be really heartbroken over it because she loves me. And so I thought about my mom, I thought about my best friend, I thought about my whole entire family, aunts, my uncles, everyone. I thought of them all in that moment, and I'm like, yes, this moment right now seems bad, but eventually I won't have these bad days anymore and it'll get better. That's what I thought, and it pulled me from that ledge. I'm so glad that I didn't go and do that. So yeah, I got this because it means something to me, because I have been fighting depression since I was 13 years old. I'm 26 now. I haven't fought with depression in a while, and I've been going to therapy for a whole year now. My mentor, I love her. She's the best. She got me into therapy. I think it was like the second day that we hung out. I told her that day where I had collapsed on the ground and thought about that killing myself, and she's like, therapy. And so I'm like, okay, therapy. So we went and got me into therapy, and I've been within therapy for a whole year, and I have improved so much since then. So much so that I am about to finish doing therapy. So I am so happy about that, and I'm so excited. So that is my story about my fight with depression. If you are going through depression, I know you feel like you should just hide it. I don't think you should. I wish I didn't. Now that I think about it, I wish I had told somebody about it. I did tell my best friend about it. She knew that I was going through depression because she has depression and anxiety, and I have depression and I have some anxiety, but not as a big extent as she does. My best friend has like major bad anxiety, but I do have anxiety and I do have depression, and I hid it from people, and I wish that I had told someone about it, like my mom, she would have probably helped me. I fought with depression all by myself, and I'm so glad that I managed to get through it. And I didn't do it alone. I had my best friend who helped me, and when I went to see my mom, sometimes during the weekend, it's like that, she helps me. Even though she doesn't know it, she helps me. It's like that, and of course, going to therapy helped majorly in it, and I haven't had any like relapse with depression and stuff like that. I've been very happy, and yeah. So if you're going through depression, please reach out to someone and talk to someone, be your mom, your best friend. See if you can get into therapy, because therapy will help. I know a lot of people talk bad about therapy and that they'll never do it or whatever. I hear a lot of things about therapy, and it's not true. But the thing is, if you go to therapy and you feel like it is not helping you at all, that is because that means that therapist is not for you, and you have to go and find another therapist. Even if you go through 3 to 4 therapists before you find the right person, because I got lucky and I found a good therapist who helped me through everything and so like that. But I know some people who are in therapy and they are like, I don't feel like therapy is helping me, and that's because that therapist might be not for you, and you have to go and look for another therapist. And I know some people who have looked for therapists, and they went to one, to another, and they still haven't found the person to help them. But eventually you will find the person who will help you and who is the perfect fit for you. So do not give up, because you will find that one therapist who is willing to help you and will make you feel like you're actually moving forward with whatever you're going through. So please do not fight depression alone. I don't know a lot of people, but I've heard about a lot of people who has suffered from depression and never really gotten help from depression for depression, and it didn't end very well, and they ended up being taken away from this world way too soon, and their families were absolutely devastated. Your family does love you, even if you feel like no one loves you. Somebody loves you out in this world, and I love you. So yes, keep on fighting the fight. Go and talk to someone. Go see a therapist. And I love you. Just remember that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, love you guys, and go get help if you need it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Ring that bell if you want to see more videos from me. Subscribe if you want to. And I will see all you beautiful night wolves in the next video. Goodbye.